Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. And get a
Hi,
shout out.
everyone.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to Bella Crafts Live. We are so excited to have you with us today. As always, every day that we
Yeah.
do, every week when we do these lives, we always look forward to seeing everybody. So thank you so much for coming to, hang out with us. Or if you're watching us on the replay, of course, we thank you for that also. So today, okay, so let me back up just a minute for those of you that don't know for sure. Hang on one second, Ruby. Okay, she's gonna be a whiner. That's my dog, one of my dogs in the background. My husband better get home soon. Anyways, oh my gosh. That's part of filming from your house, right? I mean, you try to film something and there's always something else going on. But, anyways, for those of you that are joining us for the very first time, if you do not know who we are, my name is Lisa Rojas, and this is my business partner and very dear friend, Ann Butler. Ann and I own Bella Crafts Publishing, which is it's a publishing company, obviously, and we put out a free. Did I say free? I did say free.
It is free.
It is free. Craft magazine, and we put it out 4 times a year. So, fall issue is out now. We're starting to work on winter to, get that out. That'll be out in December. So, while I'm doing my live, when I turn my camera down to do mine, you will be able to, or Anne's going to be able to put links in for me while I'm doing my live. So everything that we're talking about, there'll be links in, and you'll be able to see what we're talking about. So that will be fun, fun, fun. So we just wrapped up the Bella Bella Crafts, no, or just Bella
Bella Crafts.
Bella Crafts Holiday Craftathon. There we go. That's a long one. That is a big one. But yes, we just finished that up. Um, it was so much fun. Those of you that did not get a chance to join us, I am so sorry about that because it was so much fun, but you gotta come and hang out with us and then, register. Yeah, to have fun with us because it really was a great time.
It
Do you want
was good. I had originally put over 16 classes. I think there was closer to 24.
Yeah,
And it was amazing.
it
3 days,
was.
crafty goodness.
It was. It was so, so awesome. Um, the classes, the instructors, we had such a great time, just being in all kinds of crafty goodness, I mean, gosh,
Hey,
what is
Jeannie.
better than that? Hi, Jeannie. So yes, so excited about that. And we're gonna have we're gonna do our regular BellaCon event. That's going to be sometime early 2025.
I don't have an exact date because I'll be traveling a lot in January, February, March, and April
Yeah.
and May. So trying to find a date. Once I have that figured out, I'm already working on it. I'm already talking to sponsors. So we'll
Yeah,
get a
she
date narrowed
is.
down.
She works all the time, you guys. She really does. Stop.
Ignore it.
I'm gonna have to. Oh, she's usually not this obnoxious, but anyway, she's gonna be that way. So, hi, Jeannie. Let's go. Let's talk about something else. Okay, we also have a group on Facebook called "Do You Love to Craft?" It is just a fun group. People go in there and they share their stuff and doing all kinds of fun, crazy stuff, and it's a good time. So Anne will put the link in for that also. Um, in case you guys want to, if you don't have enough craft groups that on Facebook that that you want to hang out in, add this one too. It's a lot of fun. So, and today we are working with Newton's Nook. This is a small business company. Jen, the owner, she's a very, very sweet woman. And she just, I just love working with her stuff because it's just really super cute. And today, this is actually going to be, I think this is going to be my first live since surgery, right? Since I had my
Yep.
hand. Yeah. So I did a lot of this stuff ahead of time only because I did not want you guys to see me struggling, trying to do things as I go along. But it still is a lot of fun. So I created this really cute fall card. There you go. And then you pull this out, and then you've got a little bookmark there. And then, of course, and then I'll show you I'll show you better when I put my camera down so you can see all the fun stuff. But yeah, it was a good time. It was nice to be able to be creative, after that, because I'm telling you, once I had my hand done, it was after like the 4th or 5th day, I was telling my husband, I am bored out of my mind. I need something to do. And thank goodness the craftathon was right after, so I got to enjoy that. So that's always fun. But you got to craft through the hard stuff. That's what I always say. You got to craft through the hard stuff.
Makes you think of something else.
Unless you think of something else. And I have yet to think of anything else.
No, I said it makes you think of something else.
Oh,
when
yes.
You're crafting. You're not thinking about your pain, hopefully.
Yes. This is very true. I am a perfect example of that. And I say it all the time. So yeah, a lot of times we may be the only people that you see for a while because of, illness or, something else. And so we want to make sure that we bring you lots of crafty goodness, because that's what keeps us motivated, and to enjoy what we do. So, let's just go ahead and get started. I'll switch my cameras, and while I switch my cameras, I'll go smack Ruby over here and tell her to stop. No, she's quiet now. I never hit my dogs. What am I saying? All right, so let me switch cameras here, guys, and we will get started.
Okay, while you're switching, Jeannie, BellaCon 2025 will be virtual again. All of the instructors will be together. So it will be a virtual event. Hey, Rebecca.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi, Becca. All right, so let me straighten up here just a smidge because I am looking a little crooked. All right, and then we're gonna, there we go. All right, let's bring that up just a little bit so we can see a little bit better. All right, so this is what we're creating today, guys. So much fun. It's such an easy project to do. But it's a lot of fun and it's super cute. And I know that you're going to love making it. So, what I did, this is the card that I created. And then also the bookmark that goes along with it. And I don't know if you've noticed, everybody that knows me knows that I love fibers, but I also like to hang things from fibers. So for this bookmark, I went ahead and I took some little miniature books that I had there and then some buttons to add to the bookmark just to, make it a little bit cuter. And then, of course, the card opens up like this, and then you can do a sentiment here, do a sentiment here, or I did leave the option. There we go. I did leave the option of a regular card. Okay, and you can put a sentiment and then finish the inside if that's what you want. If you want to just do this top layer, that is perfect too. So let me get started and I will show you what I used. All right, so, all right, let me get all my business here. So as I said, we are using Newton's Nook today. I'm using Newton's Nook today. And excuse me, they're going to be doing our giveaway, of course. So they will be offering a $25 gift card. Excuse me. So if you want to enter, make sure that you like, share, and comment hashtag Bella Crafts in the comments here, and you will be entered to win that. All right. So what I used for this particular project was this stamp set. This is called Autumn Reads. It's an adorable little set. It's got this down here, and then it's got some, leaves and fun stuff over here, and then it's got some little ones. And then if you're into coffee or cocoa, whatever, there's a little stamp there that you can use, and then also the two really cool sayings, which I absolutely loved. I thought they were so sweet. And then also, this is the bookmark that I used, the bookmark die. Now, this also is, okay, this is called Bookmark 2. And the only thing that I used from this was this right here. I did not use these, but the next time I do a bookmark, I really want to use these because I thought these were adorable to add on, to your bookmark once you make it. So really super sweet. And then this is a die set that I've had from them. And of course, I use this for my sentiment. And this is the oval frames die. I've had this one for a while, but it's a beautiful set. And then also this pattern pack. So many really cool patterns, and that was one of the reasons why I did the card as a card, in as a larger card, is so I could show off all of these fun different pattern papers, because I just thought that they were all so very, very cute. All right, so those are the products that I used. There we go. So now we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, I'm ready, I think. All right, let me get this set up over here real quick. All right, so to start with, what you're going to do, your base card. Now, I'm going to give you measurements for these, you guys, because there's a lot of measurements. All right, so I'm going to just give it to you really quick. You guys, hang on one second. Okay, hang on one second, and I'm going to mute for a minute.
Okay, so we're just happy that you're all here, and Lisa's card is simply adorable. I love the fact that she has a bookmark inside the card, so it's like a gift with your card. And who doesn't love that, right? Sometimes you make cards that hold a gift card, but bookmarks are very cool, and this one's super cute. I like the fact that it has the die to create it. I've done bookmarks with my grandkids and they love them. So
I know, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm back. I apologize for that, you guys. My husband is normally here, so he kind of keeps the animals quiet, at least. They were getting a little out of hand, so I am done with that. All right. So your base card is going to be 5 by 6. So you're going to do a 10 by 6, and then you're just going to score it or fold it in half. Oh my goodness. All right. Hang on once again, you guys.
Okay, guys, just so you know, I got a message during our stream saying that StreamYard is having some issues streaming to Facebook. So if for some reason you get kicked out, come over to our YouTube channel because we're streaming there too. I will put a link in here for YouTube so that you can find it.
Yes. Okay. So, yay. My husband just walked in the door, which is why they kind of quieted down some. So, all right. So, the base card is a 5x6 finished side. Okay. So, you're going to do that on some like a dark burgundy cardstock. Well, you can do this on any, use whatever colors you want, but I chose this. And then we're going to layer it. And for this particular card, because I absolutely loved, all the different patterns, I went ahead because I usually like to do my cards when I'm layering as 1/4 inches. And when I'm layering, but for this, I did the 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so everything is going to go down an 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so that's how we're going to start. So this layer here is 5 7/8 by 4 7/8. So as I said, down 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. And we're just going to add that to our base card real quick. And I'm not going to take the time to really glue all this stuff down really well, because I will have to do step outs for this, so I'll have to take it apart. So I want to be able to make sure I can get it taken apart. I do a blog post every Sunday. I did not do one after my Avery L. And that was just because I had hand surgery, and I just did not get to do it. All right, so this is your base. We're going to set that to the side for now. And then this is going to be the top layer that goes on to your base. Okay, so for this one is 9 inches. Okay, and by 5.5. And then you're going to score it at 2 2.25 and 2.25. Okay, so what you're going to do once you score those, then you're going to fold that over, and then you can automatically see where this is headed, right? Because then we are going to take this piece right here, and you're going to measure down about 3 inches or so. So I'm going to move that down for just a second here. Grab my pencil. All right. So, and then just make a really light mark on your card right there. And then what you're going to do is, then I'm going to do a really light pencil mark. Okay. And then you can do this with a straight edge or whatever. I'm just going to use my scissors. Okay, so we're going to cut this piece off, and then this is going to be what is going to be the pocket. All right, so we're going to cut that. And you don't really have to worry if you do it like this, if it's not straight or whatever, because you are going to put some really pretty lace on here, or, or trim, whichever. And then that's, that will cover up anything that you don't want seen. So let me turn my glue gun on here real quick. All right, so now that you've got this cut, now you're ready to put the layers. Now, when I did mine originally, okay, let me put my layers here. When I did my original card, what I did was I had glued this down and then cut it. So I could just cut both pieces. So you can do it that way, or you can do it how I'm going to do it right now. And that's just by adding it and then cutting it the second time. All right. So this is the inside layer. And this is going to be, let's see, this is 4 3/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, so we're just going to lay this one down right here. All right. I am having some, sorry guys, my hand is really throbbing right about now. All right, let me get this out of the way. Okay, so we're going to add that down. And then you're going to have the two pieces for these two sides. Okay, so this one is going to be 2 1/8 by 5 3/8. And you want to cut two of them. Okay, so we're going to add just this other one right here. And then we're going to take this second layer and we're going to add that. There we go. And then what you can do is go ahead and flip it back over and then cut that side piece off. It is easier if you do it all at once, but you know, hey, however it gets done is okay with me. All right. So now you have this layer all done. And you want to make sure that you get those down really good. Now, this die is 2 inches. Okay. So, and you only have 2 1/4 here. So for this, what you want to do to create your pocket is use some really, if you're really good with glue and you can add just a thin line, then I say go for it. If not, use some really thin double-sided tape here. Where is my end? There it is. And then you're going to add a piece down at this bottom. And the reason why I didn't use glue on this, because, you know, normally I glue everything. But the reason why I didn't do it on this is because I was a little bit worried because of the dimensions that, you know, it wasn't going to be enough room for the tag to fit in. And this just works much, much better. So then you don't have to worry about it. All right, so now we've got that. Okay, and then we're going to peel this off. I happen to get a little crazy with my glue sometimes, so that's why another reason why I chose to do tape instead. All right, so now you've got that down there just like that. And now you can put your tag in and out. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're just going to lay this layer on top of here because we're pretty much done with this part, and then we can kind of move over to the actual bookmark. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love my e-reader. I love my Kindle. I've had one since they first came out, and I absolutely love it. But with that being said, I also read books because I love books. So, you know, I don't think that books are ever going to go out of style as far as I'm concerned. So that's why I thought this was perfect, especially for fall. You know, you've got this really cool fall thing going, and it's nice to just get a book and some hot cocoa. All right, I'm dreaming now. Don't mind me. Okay, so again, now for the tag, I cut out, what I did was I took a piece of heavy cardstock. It's probably, I think it's 110 pound. Okay, so it's pretty heavy. But anytime you're going to do a bookmark, especially if you're adding like doodads and stuff on there, you want to make sure that it's going to be heavy enough to, you know, hold all of your doodads, or you're going to have a mess. So what I did was I folded a regular sheet of heavy duty cardstock. I folded it in half. I used the spray adhesive and it, you know, and adhered the two sides together. And then I took it and ran it through my die cut machine. Okay. So by doing that, I now have 2 layers of heavy duty cardstock on here, and my bookmark is not going to be sagging. It's going to be nice and sturdy. So you want to do 2 layers, either that, or I suggest using a chipboard or a mat board, either one. But you know, a lot of people don't have those, so I wanted to make it simpler. So I just used regular old white cardstock. So you're going to cut this, and then you're going to cut another one out of your pattern paper. Okay. And then we're going to, this is going to be the top. And I know you guys are seeing the sunflowers now and wondering why I did not use the sunflower paper, right? Everybody knows how much I love my sunflowers, but yeah, I didn't use it this time. But it's pretty. It's a pretty pattern. All right, so we're going to take this and we are going to add that right there to our bookmark. All right, there we go. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the stamp, and this is the large stamp that's in the set. And what I did was I stamped it on some white cardstock watercolor paper, either or. Since I usually watercolor everything, my big thing is I love to use heavy cardstock instead of watercolor paper, but you can use either one. Okay. But if you are going to watercolor and you don't want to use watercolor paper, then I suggest a heavy cardstock. So what I did, of course, was I stamped this onto a piece of white cardstock and with my black Gina K ink pad. And then I went ahead and I colored all of the images in with my watercolor pencils. Now I'm going to see, let's bring this down a little bit further. Let's see, can you see that? And then what you always want to do, what I like to do with my watercolor images, I spray them with a clear sealer. Okay. So that way, once you're done watercoloring, once you spray it, it's not necessary. Okay. You're not going to, you know, it's not like chalk pencils or something like that that's going to wipe off. It's not. But if you do put a clear coating on top, it's going to make those images, those colors pop. So that is why I, you know, use a spray sealer for the top. And it doesn't matter what kind, guys, just whatever you've got around the house. But you can see how little shiny it is. It just makes the whole thing just a little bit brighter, which is what I love. So you're going to stamp, watercolor, and then cut the image out. And then we're going to add this to our base right here. All right. We're going to add this right here. There we go. Okay. And then next, where's my little word? There it is. Okay. And then the next thing that I did it, you know, something really, really simple. So what I did was I took some tan cardstock and I stamped out my saying and I cut it out. And then I adhered this to a piece of, yeah, what do you want to say? Not rust, but copper. I don't know what color this is, but yeah, but you're going to adhere to that and then cut it out again, leaving a border to go all the way around. All right. So then what you're going to do with that is then you're going to add that right there. Okay. So we're going to add that. All right, so now we're going to take this, set it off to the side, and then we're going to finish up this part. All right, so the next thing that you want to do with this piece, your base, is you want to take some trim here. Okay, we're going to open it up and do it like this because it'll make it easier. So we are going to, there we go, put that right about there. And then I'm just going to trim off the edges just a bit. Okay, and again, you want to make sure that you really secure that down. But also keep in mind now that you have your pocket. So make sure that you don't glue this to the back of your pocket here, okay? So once that is on, then we are just going to take some scissors and cut this piece off here, maybe. Let me get my good ones. There we go. And then I'm going to cut off this end up here. Okay, we'll turn it over this way so then it's a little bit easier to see. And then just cut that piece off. All right, there. And then what I like to do anytime I'm using a trim or, ribbon or whatever, if I'm pasting it down onto something, what I like to do is just take a little thin just really, really thin layer of glue on the ends there. And then that will keep it from fraying on you. So you just want to kind of add just a really thin little line there. And then just kind of wipe off the excess a little bit. And then that way you're not going to have any issues at all with your trim or your ribbon. It's not going to fray. So you just want to add just a little tiny bit on each of the ends, and it'll lay perfect for you that way. And I've been doing that for a really long time, and it works great. Absolutely love it. All right, so now we've got the base card. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do this layer here. Now, what I did for this was I went ahead and I die cut this out. You saw the oval die that I showed at the beginning. So you're going to cut this out. And this is going to be for your word. And then you're going to use the two dies that nest together. Let me grab that real quick to show you what I'm talking about, guys. Okay, so this die right here, this big one, and then the one next to it. You lay that down on your die cut machine, and then with some burgundy cardstock, and then you're going to cut it out and you'll get the label. Okay, you'll get this part of it. So you want to do the scalloped edges whole, but when you want to do your layer here, your trim or whatever you want to call it, then you want to do that you want to nestle that with both dies, okay? The larger one and then the smaller. All right, so now we're just going to take this and just add a little bit of glue on here. Again, I'm not gluing anything down really heavy because, as I said, I'm going to need to take this apart when I'm done so I can do a blog post for you guys. All right. So we're going to glue those two together. Okay. And then stamp your sentiment. Same thing. Black ink pad, and then there's a couple small little leaves in there. So I went ahead and I stamped both of those. I did not color them though, so we'll just do that real quick. Just add a little bit of color. Nothing fancy smancy because it's small, so we don't have to worry about it, right? But you still want it to have some color. You want it to be pretty. All right. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit darker green here. And that's going to help give it a little bit more depth. Give the image just a little bit more depth, which is what we love. All right. So since I did decide to go ahead and do this, now I need to get my water ready. All right. Because I was not going to do these flowers, or these leaves, but I thought, what the heck. All right. So I'm just going to go back in with my lighter pencil, or my lighter color, I should say. Add some water there. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to pick up this darker green. And that's just going to give it just a little bit more depth. A little bit more dimension. There we go. All right. So now we've got that. And we're done with that. So now we are ready, almost ready to put it all together. So what we're going to do from here, now I said I have all these really pretty fibers. And those of you that know me know that I love fibers. I don't get to use them too much anymore, but I do love them when I do. So I have some fun fibers that I put together. And then also this is really pretty. Look at how pretty this is. I thought this was just perfect for using for the bookmark. So you're going to take these and you're going to cut, I'm not always really great about measurements when it comes to this kind of stuff, but that's a little too long. So I'm just going to eyeball it. All right, I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. That should be good. All right, so we're going to cut that one. And then get this one up out of the way. Okay, and then we're going to add this really pretty fun fibers. So I'm going to lay that down. There we go. And then I wanted to add just a tad bit of blue, because I just thought that this blue just popped, and I added it into my bookmark, the colors on my bookmark. So I thought that just kind of ties it in. It's just a little bit of color, not a whole lot. All right, so we're going to cut those off, get those up out of the way. Now, for this, what I would normally do is I would add a brad, or not a brad, but an eyelet to this to give it a little bit more strength. But you've got 3 layers of paper on here and you don't really need it. Okay. So you just want to take your fibers, and I can't do it the way that I did it on mine, because actually Rich did that for me. I couldn't get it. My hand wasn't working well. So I'm just going to tie this right here at the top. Okay. There we go. All right. And then after, you get your little goodies on there, then what you're going to do, okay, I have some really cool autumn, fall buttons and stuff. So I thought, how cute and how fun these are. So what I did with these, then again, I'm not going to show you because it's too hard. It's too hard for me right now. But what I did was I took some green colored floss and I just added a little bit. Let me show you here. Okay, can you see that? There you go. Okay, so I added those to the center of my buttons. One, because I wanted it to add a little bit more to them, but also I didn't really want to see the actual buttonholes. So this way it covers them and then you get a little extra, fun on there, a little extra color. So that's what you're going to do. Take some green moss and add it to your little buttons here. And then I had, because I do love miniatures, I had these little books and I thought this was just really, really sweet to add on to my fibers. So what I did for this, I'll do the bookmark first. So what I did for this was you want your fibers, you want this to be the right direction when you're using it, right? Okay, so what you're going to do is open this back up and then just right there, just add a little bit of glue. And that's going to stay right on your fiber. Okay, and what I mean by you want to make sure that it's right is when your bookmark is turned around, you want to make sure that your books are in the right direction and they're not up like this. So they're not on backwards, okay? So we're going to add that one and then also this one. And this was just easier for me to keep track. Because, sometimes I'm a little harebrained or brain dead or whatever. All right, so we're going to add that right there. And then the last thing that I did was I took 2 of my little sunflower buttons and I put one, sandwiched them together, put a fiber in the center there. Okay, I'm going to add that really quick. All right. Okay, so we're going to add a fiber, and it doesn't matter which one, whichever one that you like. And just glue that one on. And then what you're going to do is you're going to glue this right on top so you'll be able to see it on both sides. And that just kind of gives your bookmark just a little bit more fun. None of this is necessary, but like I always say, it's in the details. All right, so there you go. You've got your bookmark done with your funny little doodads on there, which I just think is absolutely adorable. Okay, so to finish off, we're just going to take this piece and I'm going to add a little bit of tape here. And we're going to add it right about there. Okay. And then we're going to finish this off by adding a button. And like I said, you want to add that green floss to it, unless you don't mind seeing the buttonholes. And if that's the case, then you don't need to worry about it. But I just thought, again, it just added just one more little detail. So we're going to put our butterfly there. And then here is where I want to put my other flower. Okay, we're going to add this one right here. And I would suggest for this part that you use a glue gun. Okay, if I didn't have to take this apart after, I would glue gun these down. Okay, especially the buttons. Okay, and then we're going to add this last one right down here in the middle at the bottom. There you go, right there. And there you have it. You've got your little bookmark. And you can just slide that in. And then, as I said, I left these two areas open here in case you would want to put a sentiment on. Let's back down a little bit. We're a little bit too close. There we go. All right. So if you want to add like a little bit of sentiment here, and if you do, make sure that you are aware of this because you don't want them to clash. But you could put one here. But I thought to finish the inside, and that's the reason why I did it on a card, because you could just do this one piece and use that as your card base. But this way, I thought you could finish off the inside of your card, and then you could tuck, a gift certificate in there for, for a bookstore, Barnes and Noble, or one of those cool places. But see how simple, you guys? Simple, fun, and, but your recipient's really going to love it. I'm keeping mine because I think it's so cute. So nobody's getting mine but me. But there we go. So there it is. It's all done. And I just love it. I hope you guys take the time to do it. It's such a cute project. So easy to do. And, the images and the papers from Newton's Nook certainly help make it so much cuter. So there we go. All right. Now, talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Well, so I beg to differ. She says nobody gets hers but her. She does have a granddaughter who might want that. And right. I know she would get it. Well. I start a couple comments just so you can listen, Lise.
Okay.
Karen Romando said, crafting is great therapy for the hands. So true, Karen. Becca said, love these cute buttons. Elizabeth, love this. And Rebecca said, such a sweet project.
Oh.
She also said, I always read physical books. Never bought an e-reader. I love finding books at thrift stores for 50 cents. I love a real book too, Becca. I want it in my hand, even though we make ebooks and I love them. And I do look at them online and everything. I order a print copy of every single one because I like the feel of a book.
I do too. I do too. And I think it's our generation because to see one of my grandkids pick up a book that's not, a school book or whatever, they're always on their phones and whatever. But
always,
I love my Kindle. I love it. I have always loved it, but I also love a good book and I do both. So that's why I decided that, I wanted to do this and I didn't want to be a hypocrite and say, well, no, I would never, use it. But yeah, I will.
And, Cordelia says, don't forget your local library for free books. True. They do have sales and giveaways. I think mine only does it. I don't know if it does it once a year or if it's every couple of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
a great idea also.
Place.
Yeah.
And remember to like, share, and comment. I put the link in here to hashtag Bella Crafts. So you can enter this week's giveaway. And I see most of you are on YouTube. Thank you. Facebook was having issues. And so for my live at 2, I will put the YouTube link in because that way maybe there won't be any issues.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Well, a big thing popped up. Lisa was doing her project, so she didn't see it. But in StreamYard, a big notice came up and it said, we're having trouble connecting to stay connected to Facebook. Check your connection. it may get lost. And then I saw Becca put lost you.
Uh-oh.
And she was on Facebook. So that's why I knew. So I just grabbed the
Oh,
link for YouTube and put it in our Facebook page. So
okay. All right. Yeah, perfect. Thank you for that.
Cordelia said, I usually don't catch the lives because I'm at work at the library. Oh, well, Cordelia,
See?
I knew I hadn't seen your name live. So we're so happy to have you.
Yes. And you work at the library. I would
I
be
know. How
lost
cool
in the
is that?
library. I would not get anything done. I would not get anything done.
I'd be organizing.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
what I
yes,
do.
you would. Yes, yes, you would.
And I would
I
be loving looking at all the books.
You know, when all the Harry Potter books came out and the Twilight books too, I mean, I just like absorbed those. And you know, there was Rich would pop in my room and he'd be like, "Are you gonna do anything but read all day?" It's a good part, you know. So yes, I love books. Love them, love
Cordelia
them,
said,
love
what
them.
a great live to catch. Bookmark.
Oh, thank you. All right, you guys. Well, that is it for me. Make sure that you come back at noon Pacific time and 2 Central time.
Yes, we will be live playing with
Woo!
lots of foil.
Ooh, look at all
And
those
I'll
colors.
lots of tips and tricks because in doing this, I figured out a better way. So
Oh, I love when she plays. Yes, she comes up with all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, that's going to be fun. So make sure that you head back for that because we will be here once again. And I hope that you guys give this a chance. It's a fun project. It really is. So, all right. We're going to go for now and then we will be back. So, like we always say, make sure that you take a little time to craft.
because it's good for your soul.
Yep. It
We
really
will
is.
see you guys in about an hour.
Yeah.